Welcome back to Studio G. We're here with your top headlines around campus and in the Valley.
Coming up on this episode of Studio G.
Today, we'll take a look at the campus shooting in Ohio that resulted with 11 people injured.
Also, the new Las Vegas hockey team is officially named. We reveal to you the name and much more. Studio G starts right now. Good afternoon, Rebels. I'm Sandy Julian.
And I'm Ana Hernandez. We start off today with some news that has caused panic in many universities around the country. An attack at the Ohio State University Monday morning has left students and staff shaken as a motive is still being investigated for the knife and vehicular attack on the university campus. Witnesses are still reeling from an attack that has left 9 people injured.
Franklin County 911.
Yeah, I'm on the Ohio State campus. There's been I think it's some type of terrorist act.
What do you mean?
Because the guy ran a car through a crowd of students. He did it purposely.
The Ohio State University in Columbus sent out the warning for an active shooter and told students to run, hide, fight. The campus went on lockdown as police and SWAT teams rushed to the scene. Students sheltered in dorms and classrooms waiting for the all clear, all while witnesses watched the suspect attempt to kill bystanders on campus. We at Studio G have declined to say the name or show the face of the suspect who was killed at the scene. Investigators are determining that the attack might have been religiously motivated.
Crime doesn't just happen across the country. It happens here in Las Vegas as well. A 50-year-old man killed his son late last night. The Las Vegas police arrested the identified man for an open murder with a deadly weapon, charged. The shooting happened around 8:30 p.m. at the Covington at Coronado Ranch. The police were not called to the scene, but officers heard 3 gunshots when working a routine call at the same apartment complex. The officers went over to the building, and the man came out and told them he shot his son. Inside the apartment, the officers had to restrain a dog before entering. They then found a 20-year-old man with a gunshot wound in the chest, dead at the scene. Lieutenant Dan McGrath stated that officers did not know what caused the shooting, but whatever occurred tonight, nobody had to lose their life. This had been the 155th homicide in Las Vegas, Metro's jurisdiction this year. 2016 has surpassed last year's number of homicide investigations in the Las Vegas Valley. The spike in violence has left police only 2 cases away from the previous 2006 high of 157 April, averaged about 1 homicide a day. And although that rate has decreased since spring, Las Vegas is on its way to counting the most killings a decade.
With the end of the year coming up, it'll be a close call to see if 2016 matches 2006's spike. And here in town, a protest held on the Las Vegas Strip yesterday seeking minimum wage increase resulted with 6 arrested. The Fight for 15 march gathered workers from industries like fast food, airport, home care, Uber, and more. Protesters joined the national movement yesterday as they peacefully demanded a minimum wage increase outside the McDonald's on Paradise Road around 5 p.m. Everything seemed calm until police arrested 6 Fight for 15 advocates for placing a banner on the sidewalk and refusing to move. Vegas locals now serve as an addition to the dozens of people that were arrested last night around the country during the 4th anniversary of the Fight for 15 march. Minority students are now receiving incentives to become teachers in CCSD. We get a better insight on the program that hopes to diversify teachers in our state.
Applications received for teacher postings is shrinking faster than any other position in the United States. Now, from 2014 to 2016, this number shrank 20%. But the issue of the teacher shortage doesn't stop there. Oftentimes, faculty members and teachers don't reflect the diversity of their classrooms.
Here in CCSD, Clark County School District, teachers are about 75% white. However, the student population is over 50% minority students. So we're really trying to address that and the gap between the teachers and the students.
Faculty members like Dr. Smith from UNLV's College of Education are launching Opening Pathways. The new community-based research program aims to fill the current 360 teaching vacancies in CCSD. But what sets the program apart is their plan to open doors into the teaching profession by giving minority students a voice through research.
It's more about informing, debunking myths, and then opening that pathway to get them into the College of Education here at UNLV. The research part is the extremely unique part, because you will see across the nation there are programs, even locally, there are other programs that reach out and talk to students of color and all students in high schools and try to recruit them into teaching. However, they don't really honor the voice and do research behind why students of color are going into teaching or they're choosing not to go into teaching.
Dr. Smith says most programs only focus on encouraging students to become teachers, when pushing retention is just as important in combating teacher shortages.
When teachers usually leave the profession is 3 to 5 years. And so if we can get them beyond that 5 years, research says that they're probably going to stay in the profession longer. And so that addresses the teacher shortage and diversity at the same time.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Rio Lockenlally.
Thanks, Rio. Data collection for Opening Pathways will begin in January 2016.
When we come back, we'll take a look at weather.
And Mary Jane tells us what's going on in the world. Stay tuned.
Our Metropolis is a 30-minute show that airs every Tuesday evening at 91.5. You're going to hear Dr. Gary Larson along with our regular contributors talking about what matters to our community. And not only what matters, but why does it matter? We look at our community as a whole, but we also pay special attention to what's happening here at UNLV because that's our home as well. So looking at our Metropolis through the lens of a radio show really gives us the unique perspective to tell a story through words and through people, and I think it makes for a great program.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
Thank you, Amber. Sorry about those technical difficulties. I'm Mary Jane Balyeza, and this is your world news. This just in, the name of the father who shot his son was named Michael Gardinier, who is now the 155th homicide of the year. A charter aircraft carrying 81 people on board, including a Brazilian First Division soccer team, crashed on its way to Medellin's International Airport. Aviation authorities concluded the British Aerospace 146 plane declared an emergency landing due to an electrical failure. Authorities also reported at least 71 deaths. 20 of the dead were journalists, and only one journalist survived. A Japanese theme park called Space World closed down earlier this week due to public backlash. The attraction froze more than 5,000 sea creatures, which included fish and crabs, as part of a winter scenery. The park advertised images of various shellfish with captions like "I'm drowning" and "I'm suffocating." Space World's manager stated the fish were already dead before they were frozen in the park. South Korean President Park Geun-hye announced she will resign once parliament develops a plan for a safe transfer of power. Hundreds of protesters rallied in Seoul each Sunday for the last 5 weeks to demand Park to step down. Oppositional parties are closing in on an impeachment motion towards Park. If she chooses to resign, she will be the first president to do so since 1960. Emma Morano, the world's oldest woman, turned 117 years old yesterday. Her birthday festivities took place in northern Italy as the Italian press celebrated her long life. She's believed to be the last living person from the 1800s. She states the secret to her longevity is eating 3 raw eggs and remaining single. The raging wildfires continue to burn in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. More than 150 homes were destroyed by high-speed winds. More than 14,000 people evacuated from the county, with 2,000 people seeking refuge in emergency shelters. Tennessee's Emergency Management Agency reported 3 burn victims and 3 deaths. On a lighter note, it seems like Santa Claus is lending a helping hand by sending us some help. For the holiday season, a Domino's pizza shop in Hokkaido, Japan will be delivering pizza by reindeer. Several delivery methods include strapping pizza to the reindeer's back or hitching the animals in a driverless sleigh with the GPS system. The company states they are working to ensure the well-being of the animals. That wraps up for World News. Back to you, Ann and Sandy at the desk. Actually, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back.
My name is Bruce Gill. I'm the host of La Alternativa.
Perfect Music Radio with me, Lily.
My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz.
I am Rockin' Gemini.
This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays.
And listen to us on the Rebel HD2.
My show. I love all types of rock, and that's why I'm doing Rock Through the Decades. We play the 50s all the way to today's rock music or rock bands. I want them to get the appreciation of how much rock has changed over the years and how it's still really great. You can never kill rock. I mean, rock is like the way to be, the way to go. The name of my show is Rock Through the Decades, and I am Rockin' Gemini. You can listen to this on the Rebel HD2 network.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Eisenhower, and on October 13th of this year, UNLV School of Medicine and Grant to Gift Autism Foundation celebrated its grand opening of the new UNLV Medicine Ackerman Center for Autism and Neurodevelopment Solutions. The center is the first in Nevada and one of only a few in the United States that offers a full complement of services for individuals with autism and neurodevelopment care, all in one location. Autism has become one of the fastest growing developmental disorders in the United States that affects 1 in every 68 children, including more than 4,750 young Clark County residents. Here to discuss the new groundbreaking care center is Grant to Gift Autism Foundation founder and CEO Linda Tucci. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, Megan.
Good. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're so welcome.
So how did this partnership with UNLV School of Medicine and your foundation come together?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Grant to Gift actually started in 2009, obviously before the School of Medicine was formed. And that actually started out of the personal struggles that I had getting my son diagnosed and treated. So when we started that foundation, we wanted to really embrace the community, families, to help them know that that they're not alone in the journey to find a proper diagnosis and treatment so that they can have the best outcomes. So as we were moving along throughout the years, we really noticed that a lot of families had to drive to different parts of the city to get different types of services. And that's really hard, especially a lot of the parents are single parents like myself. So that's really time consuming and stressful. So when we found out that the School of Medicine was actually going to start at UNLV, we were so excited because then we thought, wow, we can bring our navigation and treatment and support services together with doctors and other professionals that could come together and create a comprehensive center of care, you know, that can embrace the whole family and help them get the services that they need. So that was really the beginning of our conversations, and then it led to us being where we are today.
So what kind of services will be offered at this center?
So right now we have a whole lifespan of care. So what that means is that as young as 24 months, a child can be diagnosed. They can come through our doors. Then once they have that diagnosis, there's different types of services that they will get plugged into depending on their treatment plan. So some of them might need behavior therapy. Some of them might need speech therapy or occupational therapy. Then after that, there's the social deficit that the children have, and that's why they get bullied a lot or they can't make friends. They don't have eye contact, so then they have to learn all of those skills. And then obviously as they grow up, then they have to learn the vocational side because the unemployment rate for adults with autism is as high as 85%. And a lot of them are very, very smart. And so that's really a tragedy, and we're hoping that we can help fix that.
So you said at the beginning that you have a son, Grant, who is 15 now, right? We were talking earlier. But he was diagnosed at age 5.
Yes.
What some of our viewers at home, mainly parents, what are some signs that you noticed that you were like, I need to go get my son looked at?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he was my first child, so I had nothing to compare to, but I noticed that my other friends that were having babies around the same time, my son just wasn't engaging like them. So as young as 9 months old, I saw signs like when I called him by name, he didn't look at me, he didn't answer, so we thought he had a hearing problem. We got that tested, and then he really started obsessing over certain types of toys, like lining them up, and then just spinning, like sitting there for hours just spinning this beehive that he had, you know, and I'm like, that doesn't seem normal. And then he was delayed in walking and talking. And then also he started displaying really tantruming behaviors for like no reason whatsoever. You know, I changed his diaper, he was fed, you know, stuff like that. So really, and then the important piece is that I would go to the pediatrician and ask, you know, why is he doing this? And the pediatrician wasn't trained and he didn't know, and that's still very common today. So it took years to get answers where he could have been diagnosed much younger. And with this new center, the medical students are going to be trained whether they go into the autism field or not, so that they can help the families at least refer out to where they need to go.
That's one good point about the obsessions. My brother will hate me, especially if he's watching, but he has little obsessions too. And what we started noticing when he was younger, because he's on the spectrum as well, is that
that's
he would wear his Buzz Lightyear costume everywhere. He was obsessed with Buzz Lightyear. And then it moved on to Transformers. And then coin collecting, and it just keeps going.
Yes. So you understand a lot of what I am going through.
So let's get back to your foundation, Grant a Gift for Autism. What made you want to find that? What made you want to get started with that?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I've always been a volunteer and always like to help, you know, out wherever help is needed. So when I was going through all of these struggles, it was really devastating because I really wanted to help my child, but I didn't know how. So in actually 2007, I was able to meet, at the time, the First Lady of Nevada. Her name was Dawn Gibbons. And Dawn Gibbons was very passionate about the autism cause, and there were other professionals in the community and parents like myself that really wanted to create awareness and funding. So I actually got together with them and we went to the legislature, the state legislature in Carson City, and we created the first autism bill for funding and what created the Autism Commission. So I really got passionate after that, knowing that I could make a difference. But I noticed there were still gaps of service. Even with all of that funding, only 10% of families in Nevada were getting what they needed. And they weren't getting the support to not feel alone. So I basically had this wonderful idea to start a foundation that I could get, grassroots level people involved and other people that weren't supporting autism, so that we could come along state agencies and stuff. So really that was the brainstorm in 2009. And of course Grant is my son, and he's obviously been my inspiration then and now.
And how long has the organization been
Since 2009, the beginning of 2009, and we served our first family at the end of 2009, and then it just kept, growing and growing and growing, and over the years we've served thousands of children, youth, and family members, including siblings. So we also have a sibling program.
Which is what I was going to ask
Yeah,
you, because growing up, I'm the older sibling of my brother.
So you get
and,
it. Okay.
Besides my parents were very, very understanding, it was hard to find other people to talk to about it who understood, like the makes you angry and gets you going about it. But so is there some sort of support group for siblings like myself could go to and get advice from others?
Yes, absolutely. And again, through the center and all the programming, we have a sibling support group, and it's a combination of siblings doing like kind of a workshop, but then also having fun. Because you're absolutely right. There's so much attention is spent on the child that has autism that the siblings are expected to have a higher sense of responsibility. So a lot of times they get left out of stuff, or there's just a lot of expectations and pressure put on them to understand. And they're not able to maybe work on their stuff with their families and stuff. So that's the point. And it's so funny because we get a lot of parents asking if the brother or sister with autism can join that group. And we say, I'm sorry, but no, because this is for the siblings.
This is our time away.
This is about the siblings. But the good news is that we do have family events that the whole family can plug into. That's a different type of event that we have. So.
And you recently just had, what would you say, like a couple weeks ago, you had your big foundation gala.
Yes, gala.
Is there a way people can donate to the foundation?
Absolutely. They can go to our website at grantagiftfoundation.org and they can donate, and then they also can contact us if they would like to volunteer. We're always looking for good volunteers in all areas, events, programs, and stuff like that.
Awesome. So one of my last questions. So it's the UNLV Medical Center, the Ackerman one, that has the Autism Center and the neurological disorder. Is that specific for just Clark County residents, or can someone say, I'm from Wyoming and we don't have anything like that? Can people travel here for the program?
Yes. Our goal is to serve anyone that comes through the door, so they don't have to be a resident. Obviously there's a lot of residents that need services, but our goal is to try to not turn anyone away, regardless of finances, your culture, or even where you live. And we feel that over the years we are going to be a model for other universities, and so, and especially with McCarran Airport being an international airport, it's a total opportunity for some medical tourism, potentially in the future. So we don't know, but to answer your question, we would definitely love to help anybody that comes through our door.
Awesome. Linda, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
For more information on autism and neurodevelopment disorders, visit grantagiftfoundation.org. And after the break, we get to see some of the best moves from the women's basketball team and how you can help those needed during the holiday this season. We'll be right back.
My name is Walter from Deep Thought.
My name is Bruce Gill. I'm the host of La Alternativa.
Perfect Music Radio with me, Lily.
My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz.
I am Rockin' Gemini.
This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays.
And listen to us on the Rebel HD2.
I really enjoy doing my show. I love all types of rock, and that's why I'm doing Rock Through the Decades. We play the 50s all the way to today's rock music or rock bands. I want them to get the appreciation of how much rock has changed over the years and how it's still really great. You can never kill rock. I mean, rock is like the way to be, the way to go. The name of my show is Rock Through the Decades, and I am Rockin' Gemini. You can listen to this on the Rebel HD2 network.
Not one, but two of UNLV's football assistant coaches are leaving for jobs at Fresno State. Yesterday confirmed that the cornerbacks coach J.D. Williams and the running backs coach Jamie Christian will be leaving the Rebel team to join the Bulldogs. Williams is a Fresno State alumni who walked on the football team. He then began a professional career in North Flag. He played in 4 Super Bowls before he coached. He coached at UNLV from 2010 to 2013 and started again in 2015. Williams will now be returning to his alma mater for next season, along with Christian, who coached at Arizona State and the University of Houston before becoming a Rebel in 2015. With the involvement of UNLV, they were able to make a dramatic improvement on the ground, allowing for the Rebels to rank 36th in the nation. With the departure of 2 coaches, we'll have to wait and see what is in store for the Rebels' future.
Although some people will be leaving, the new projects are coming to Las Vegas. The new Vegas hockey team has finally been revealed. But how is Las Vegas reacting to the new name? Reporter Jocelyn Luna has the story.
On November 22nd, NHL's Las Vegas hockey team made its debut, the Vegas Golden Knights. After months of anticipation, the reveal of the name had very mixed reactions. We asked UNLV students their thoughts on the name.
I don't really like it just because I'm fine with the Knights part, but I think it should have been like the Silver Knights because we're the Silver State. I'm not really sure why they chose the word Golden Knights. So I would have said Scarlet or Silver Knights would have been better.
I actually really like the Golden Knights. I know a lot of people don't for some reason, which I find weird. To me, it just sounds like our team will be a powerful team because I remember going back with like my grandparents to the Las Vegas Wranglers, and that was the minor league hockey team. And it was really cool. I like that name, and I think this name has the same effect as the Las Vegas Wranglers have.
I do not like the name. The only reason I don't like it is because it sounds too similar to the Golden State Warriors. I know that they're not, the same sport, but it's basically the same thing.
I feel like we're called the Silver State, so it would make more sense. But it is what it is. I don't follow hockey.
Amazingly, I think that the name they went with was much, much, much better than the other names they had that they could have gone with. The Black Knights, the White Knights, the Vegas Knights was another one I heard. So I think the Golden Knights, not only is it good, but it is superior as compared to what the options were.
I mean, personally, I think it's okay, but I do get what people are saying, though, that doesn't really have that much relevance to us as Vegas because, I don't get where they get Knights from because we don't even have Knights.
Whether you love it or hate it, the team is here to stay and will kick off its first game in late 2017. For Studio G, I'm Jocelyn Luna.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather with Amber. Thank you for tuning in today. Have a good day.